So in light of second lockdown, I need something to do, so this is next on the bench. It's an 8-inch disc and 4-inch belt sander, which I've had for about 6 years. I picked up from a car boot sale from a gentleman who's a woodworker, and yeah, it was in good condition-ish. It runs very well. However, it's had some years of neglect and a little bit of abuse, and it could do with a damn good service. So just a small video tearing it down, clearing all the dust out, and servicing it. Might even replace some bearings, replace the belt, and adjusting it all again. One of the main things I need to fix is the fact that the belt deck isn't actually parallel to the main body of the unit, so it's off to askew, and because the belt is connected to the disc, this is also skewed. So whereas this side, sort of the disc is flush with the housing or the dust guard, this side it's recessed about 1/4 inch. So we're going to take it all apart, clean it, and then see what we got. I think I remember sanding a lot of MDF on this, so I think that's what's on here. Can't remember what I was making, but never mind. Now, to get the disc off, where the sanding disc attaches to, I had looked through the manual for this, which is still available online, and apparently there's a screw on the back of the hub of this disc, which you can access via the hole in the top of the shroud here. So I'm just going to rotate it with my light over the top, see if we can see it. And yep. Bit of feeling in the dark here, because I can't see if the screwdriver is going into the screw, but I don't even know if it's tight or not. Oh yeah. Ah, now the screws come out of it, but the disc stays on. Gonna have to think of a way of getting that off there, because I can't exactly get a bearing puller on there to get it, because of the shrouds in the way around the sides. Now I know it's meant to come off, because looking in the original instructions, this is something you have to put on when assembling it for the first time. So to properly service this, I want to be able to get that plate off. So we might have to get creative. I think what I might do is try and take it off the other way around. If I can get the shaft out of the sanding drum assembly here, and then see if the shaft and the disc will go out through the front, that might be a better way to do it. So let's see. I'll take the belt off first. Oh yeah, if I tilt this upwards. Oh, yeah, definitely needs some work. There we go. And then take those trunnion bolts out completely. Well, it's not a trunnion in a typical sense, but that's what I'm going to refer to it as. And then this whole belt support assembly should come off this roller. And yeah. Even if I wasn't going to clean this up and I just wanted to change the belt, it's a lot of work just to get at the belt. Well, it wasn't easy, but I got it off in the end. This was really jammed on in there. I had to hammer the shaft out using a bolt, and then I managed to get the bearing puller in behind the plate to drag it off. As far as I can tell, this should just be a slip fit, not an interference fit, because the screw that goes on the back of this boss here should hold it to the shaft, not friction. So I might see if I've got a reamer the right size for this shaft and just tidy that up. Again, if I don't hit the camera. Right, let's carry on taking it apart. Doesn't look too bad. It's a bit overlated where it's been sat for such a long time, but there's no real cracking in it. That'd be alright. Well, it explains why it's a bit unstable at times. There's only... well, this bearing is barely held in. Might have to sacrifice some of the case screws to go into those holes. Ah, good. That is an overlated hole, so there is some adjustment on the positioning of this. So I can bring the whole sanding belt assembly back in line with the rest of it all. Which should in turn put the sanding disc back in line as well. What's the betting this pulley isn't going to come off either? Quite high, I imagine. Oh no. Oh, and that's what the other two should have been like. Most of the screws in this are all the same, so I'm not really fussed about really noting where they've come from, only the more unusual ones. You know, I might leave that plate in, just try and take this plug cord out. I'm going to have to take it out of the switch because the other end's moulded. I don't really fancy cutting it this time. Oh, there we go. That's as far as I'm going to take it. This thing is fighting me. So yeah, I'm just going to vacuum it all up, clean it up, and we'll put it back together. And I'll do that in part 2.